Hey guys, and welcome to another First Impressions video, the game series in which we look at a brand new game that's just about to come out, and I give you my first thoughts and impressions on it. Today we're looking at Tourney, which is pretty self-explanatory. It's a city builder with a difference. You make and run your own tournaments, keep your visitors happy, and level up your knights so that they can win and win you fame, fortune, and lots of money. It does have a story to it, depending on which house you choose, but we'll get into that in a little bit. As always, we'll look at the settings, then today we'll look at the different houses and the breakdown of that and the bonuses you get, and then we'll look at the actual gameplay itself. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Okay, so your options. There really isn't a lot here. You've got two presets and your volume settings with the audio and visual. It's not ideal. This is a 2D game, and well, 2.5D, I suppose. Like it's top-down city builder. There's not a huge amount to go on with it, so it doesn't need a huge amount of performance. But still, if you've got texture qualities and all the other, stuff that comes with that, allow the user to customize it individually and cater it to their tastes. Now, for me, obviously, with my system, I can run this on best quality, no problem. And if you turn it to best performance, you can actually see the difference it has behind you in the blurred screen, which is quite nice. It knocks it down to half resolution. It disables the textures, the anti-aliasing. It puts shadow quality to low, and lights and particles is reduced. It'd be nice to know what reduced meant. And obviously, disabling it or having it on low or different levels of anti-aliasing, again, it would be nice. But for the kind of game this is, it really doesn't matter all that much. You've then got gameplay settings, so you can have pretty much anything you do pause the menu. This is something that I quite like, especially when it comes to city builders and, things where you're running events. If the time is constantly going, you can get quite behind yourself without realizing it, or you've manually got to pause the game in order to do that. This is quite nice in that it does it for you. Or if you like that extra challenge or that extra level of control, you can do that as well. Control bindings. It's nice that you've got them, but it's really not needed. You can do everything with your mouse if needed, or, there's not a lot that you need to do with the controls. It's generally rotating stuff or putting stuff down or checking things. But it's still nice it's there. And then your language options. You've only got 3, which is a bit disappointing. English, French, and Allemande. I don't know what Allemande is. I'm not versed in different languages. I'm sorry, but still, only 3. It would be nice if they had a few more there. All right, that's the options. That's the breakdown of it. Let's look at the different houses in this game and each bonus that it gives you. Alright, so when you start the game, you get to choose whether you want a main campaign where you start with nothing and work your way up to being very famous and having lots of money and lots of very well-equipped knights that you can run with. Or you can choose like a single scenario and just play the game and meet the objectives. If you choose new game and rag to riches, you get this screen here. These are all your houses. Now, the writing in this game is very well done. It's got a few comedic quips, as well as some references. What I mean by some references, I've read things and I'm like, oh, that reminds me of this. I don't know whether they're actual references to the show, but I think it was Nadark. Or was it Pendragon? No. Darksop, there you go. Known for coming up with exceedingly cunning plans. Now, I am a big fan of Blackadder, and I read that and I just thought of Baldric straight away. Based in London, England. Cynical, cowardly, opportunistic bachelors. That's Blackadder to me. This house reeks of Blackadder, and I'm sure there are some other, nuances and references to other very popularized areas and pop culture and stuff. And I like that. But like I say, it's nice that with a city builder, there's actually some lore. And it's well written. And then each of these houses, and there are a lot of them, come with different perks. So you can get more visitors, or you can get extra XP gain. Like, they're not hugely varied perks. You know, there's nothing amazingly wow with them. There's nothing really, you know, that you wouldn't expect. But it's nice that you've got so many options to do this with. Now, this game, I will say, hasn't been too difficult for me thus far. It's been fairly straightforward and fairly simple to do, but I have a lot of experience with city builders. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it immensely. The animations and stuff which you're about to see are really good. And I'm a big fan of this. I'm a big fan of how many there are. I'm a big fan of the fact that they're all a little bit different. They're located in different places. This is really good. And it would be nice if there was a bit more of this in other games. But let's get into the actual main meat of the game and see what it's all about. Alright, as you can see, we're in the game already. I have paused it and I've already started building my things. I've gone through my gold in order to build a arena and a jousting area. I have followed the objectives and got my house knights here, and then you will get new objectives as you go through, right? So it will tell you what to do and how to do it, and you can click on them to get another prompt. And you've got to invite knights from other areas as well as your knights to get them to there. And it tells you exactly how to do it. It's cutting edge new innovation. It utilizes low storage and technology. It's called a stable. Right, so that's why there's a stable here. So we've got to go to our buildings, buy a stable. And then you use your right mouse to rotate. And there you go. If I had one criticism of this, it would be that you can't zoom out any further than this. You can zoom in, but you can't zoom out any further than this. And it kind of makes it very difficult to see everything, right? It's not the best because I can't see what's happening. And especially with your larger areas like this, your jousting part, it's very big and sometimes you can't tell, you can't see what's going on, and it's a bit of a shame. That being said, I've already done goofed because I don't have enough gold to get people spending money, and if I don't get people spending money, then I've already lost. So I want to know if there's a way I can sell it. Perfect. Sell that. That means I can then build a beer area. Put that there, and that way people will buy beer when they come into the area, and then you start generating income, and then once you generate income you can buy more things to make more people spend more money, and you've basically got to go through the day and make a certain amount. And it's a really interesting, fun game to play. It's very simple. There's not a huge amount going on with it. It's easy to correct mistakes. But most of all, it is very fun, and I really enjoy this. I'm having a blast. I genuinely am. So the different things that you can do, and it's adding new bits as well. So the last map I didn't have the apothecary, I didn't have the shrubbery, obviously didn't have the stable, I had just tents. And I didn't have the melee arena, I just had the jousting list, right? So it's nice that as you go through, you're getting new areas that you can sort of like grow with. And then what you can do is you can start events, right? Not enough knights, invite to run a tournament. Perfect. Which means I need to get enough to make another stable. Now, this is a bit upsetting because that should fit, but it won't. So we're going to come over here and we're going to knock them there. So now we've got stables coming in. And we've got our house knights there as well. And hopefully more knights will come in. And then once I've got enough knights, I can start an event. Once you start the event, more people come in. The one thing I'm not entirely sure on, and the one thing it doesn't make very clear, is how long you've actually got. It tells you that your time advances in the top left-hand corner, but I don't know when it ends, right? I don't know when the event actually ends. I don't know how long you've got in order to get this to be a success. And it'd be nice if it made that a bit clear. But this is Tourney. Like, there's not really a huge amount more to say. You've seen me place some items. You've seen me sell some gear because I done goofed. You can see how you set up an event. You can check your tournament and how it's going. Your bad is what you need to change, and your good is what's going well. As you can see, each item has got a limit as well. So you can't place more than 15 stands. You can't place more than 2 stables, 15 loos, etc. So you've got to keep that in mind. What's interesting is I've got what seems like less room up here, but I've got more options, right? So I can do more things, but I've got less room to do it in. So it's a lot of item management and stuff, as well as just simply making a tourney and just running with it. Can I say, right, schedule event, can't tournament, ground is not open. Open the ground. Ta-da! Right, you open the ground, start game. So now you just let your opponents do their thing. People are going to start coming into the stands. They're going to start buying alcohol. Once they've bought alcohol, they'll start spending money. And then what you can do is you can get food. So what I did last time was I got a hog roast here, and then I got a beer here, or a beer here and hog roast here, so that they're buying as they walk into the actual tournament area. And then you can expand from there and get more people coming in. It's actually very in-depth for something that is so simple to set up. But there you go, guys. Let's leave it there. Have a crack at it. Let me know what you think in those comments down below. And I shall see you all next time. Thank you very much for watching. Ciao, ciao.